What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in and watching my videos, my rants and rambles. I appreciate your appreciation of my videos. We're gonna talk about an interesting concept here that I've been really getting deep into lately. And you're gonna hear me talk a lot about it in my videos. This is just like an introduction to it, even from my perspective, because I haven't even finished reading the book. The concept, the book even is called Radical Honesty. This is where essentially you're trying to, first of all, come with terms that you're a lying piece of shit, that you're a worm, you're just a fucking deceiving, lying, sneaky bastard. And that is me, as well as most of you guys, actually all of you guys watching this, right? We are all liars. We all lie like hell. And I'm the first one to admit that I'm still a fucking liar. I'm still nowhere near being a radically honest person. Believe me, it's once you start to read the book and look into the concept, you realize, holy shit, I have been lying to myself. I have been lying to the world. I have been lied to. I've grown in a sea of lying and deception. And that's a good start to know that you're a lying piece of shit. From there on, you can be like, okay, let's get up every day and try to just be a little bit more honest, a little bit less of a liar. And if I can just it becomes like a muscle. If I can just train that muscle, that radical honesty muscle every day, maybe I can be more free. Because really, the truth sets you free. And that is the fucking truth. That is the truth. The truth is the truth sets you free. Okay? The truth sets you free. It's liberating. And telling the truth consistently and practicing being truthful and honest is a very, very, very liberating thing to do and be. And that's really what the book emphasizes on, is there's a being and there's a doing. Being is when you're here in the moment and you're just experiencing, and doing is when you're in your mind, thinking and plotting and scheming, etc. And most of us are doing. Most of us are living in our heads. So the idea is this, right? Again, this is just an introductory video. The idea is that there's three possible places for a human being to be in at any given time. Three different ways to perceive the world. The first thing is your sensations, what's going on in your body right now in the moment. Maybe you get a stomachache, or maybe you feel really good. Maybe you just finished a cold shower, you're a little bit cold, but you get endorphins, you're feeling good. Maybe you try to take a shit right now and like, no, like there's like walls of defense right around your asshole, and like you're trying to fucking catapult your way through it, but it's just really strong castles there. And maybe you're not feeling good. But that's the one way to perceive for any human being, is what's going on in my body, what's going on in sensations inside of me right now. The second thing is what's going on around in my environment. So for example, what I can see right here is a green curtain. Okay, and what I see behind me now, because I'm looking at the camera, is the Super Saiyan poster, which includes, to be even more descriptive, Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, and Gohan. And so this is my environment. I can look at it. There is a laptop here. It is black. There is my boxing gloves. They're Everlast and they're black. And there is this notebook that I used to journal, and it's got 3 subjects on it. It says it's green and it's white. So there's the second part. What's going on in my environment, my immediate environment? That's the second place for a living being to, or a human being to experience reality through. And the third place is in your mind. So it's when you're thinking. So right now, when I'm like fully focused on the video, I'm kind of, I lose track of my environment. I become my thoughts. Even if you see me in the videos, like I'm trying to almost pick up thoughts, put them in here for the duration, depending on the level of concentration that I'm in the video. But if I'm really, really into it, which I am most of the times in these videos, I kind of lose track of my environment, and I'm just now in my head. I'm just do, and then being the words, you see? So the third place is like, let's say you're sitting down, and here's an interesting one. You're eating, right? Now, here's the thing. This is eating, something I've just gotten into right now. You're eating, and either you can be there, like let's say you're eating blueberries, grabbing the blueberry, looking at its color, tasting it in your mouth. you're now seeing the sensations, you're aware of your environment, which is this blueberry, or you could be eating the blueberry but thinking about something different. You could be thinking about, what do I gotta do next? And so you're eating the blueberry, but it's a mechanical act. You're not there. You're not actually experiencing the act of eating, the act of the blueberry, the taste of it. You're just, and you're like thinking about something else, or maybe you're watching something. I realized that in myself as I start to read this book. I'm like, oh, you haven't even been fucking eating in the first place. You were not even there in the experience. So these are 3 ways for us to experience reality. Most of us live in the mind because the culture is a mind culture. That it's a head game. Civilization is a head game. So we grow up in our minds, in our heads. Everything is a story. Everything is an interpretation. Oh my God, did I do this right? Did I do this wrong? I don't know. What is my self-image to this person? Is she gonna like me because I'm trying to portray her as I'm this, you know, maybe strong alpha man? Or it's all like self-image bullshit. We live in the sea of suggestion. And so we get lost in our head. Basically, we lose our minds. And in that process, we get so identified with our self-image and we become so obsessed with defending the self-image and trying to portray some sort of image that fits into the world, that appeals to the society that you're in, or you think it appeals. And so that everybody's involved in that act of faking and putting on a self-image and putting on a picture, the badass guy, you know, that's me. Or the good girl or the bad girl, that's another one, right? Or whatever, you know, so many masks. So we get involved in this and we become such a heady culture. So everything we do, if you realize, we're not eating, we're just there. And I realized something else, like I stepped into the bus, I'm looking at people around me, I'm trying to be more present here. After reading the book, I realized I was fucking in my mind too, you know? So I'm in the bus, I'm looking, I'm like, these people are not in the bus. They're not looking at the pole. They're not actually in the bus. They're somewhere else. I can just look at, they're in their head. So they're not in the actual environment and in their bodies. They're just in their head. So the idea is that we all got lost in our fucking heads. And in that process, we lost ourselves in our minds and we got into a web of lying and deception to try and defend a self-image that we so desperately identify with. We think this is who you really are. So the solution that Brad Blanton, the author of Radical Honesty and the developer of this wonderful philosophy, I'm still a little more, I'm like 65, 70% into the book. I'm taking notes. This is gonna go down for me, top 5 books of all time, maybe top 3 even. Incredible. It's really, really changing the way I am as a person. And it takes, you know, of course, I'm still a liar, by the way. I'm still chicken shit, as we call them, okay? But I'm gonna do my best. I sort of look at myself in the eye and said, you're going to try and be more honest from now on. And every day you're going to try and be a little more honest because it's a process. So at the time of making this video, I'm a lying, warm piece of shit. That's who I am. And that's all of us, really. That's just society, that's culture, that's the stories, interpretation, moralism. This is good, this is bad, you know. Oh, we create stories just to fit into the culture and to fit in with our peers and family especially, right? And you realize everybody's putting on a fucking show here. Everybody's putting on an act. So the solution for Brad Blanton is to tell the fucking truth, nothing but the truth. And he has 3 levels to the truth. Level 1, you tell everything that happened in your past to the people around you. You have nothing to hide anymore. You know how much energy we spend in our minds trying to hide? What did I tell that person? What did I tell that person? So you end up living n number of realities, n being the number of people you have different stories, different fronts for yourself. Maybe you have a front for yourself in front of a certain friend that you're this like tough guy. You know, oh, let's go drink beer, man. Let's go fucking shoot deer and shit, right? And maybe like with another person, your front, you know, so you try to hide that side of you, and now you're trying to put on like this maybe spiritual front or whatever, right? And so the idea is that we all live in this fake bullshit. We're trying to appeal to other people by putting on a certain mask. And so we live different lives, essentially, deception. And his idea is you tell everybody this is what the fuck happened to me in the past. This is just describe it in the most fucking vivid details, you know, whatever it is. If you've been sexually abused, if you've been physically abused, if you've been whatever, just describe it. Just say, this is what happened. Tell people about it, right? This is why when people come out and say, oh, this is my experience as a child, blah, blah, blah. This is what happened. I got abused sexually, whatever. usually these videos, like, they get a lot of attention because everybody has these dirty little secrets and they feel shameful about them. But when they share them, first of all, they're surprised by the level of compassion there is, and they're surprised that everyone has something like that in their past. So the first level of truth, you tell people about your past. This is what happened, blah blah. Especially intimate relationships, if you're in a romantic love affair, or if you're in like close friendships, right? Yeah, you want to fucking tell these people, like, especially those people, you want to tell them the most intricate little details that happened to you while growing up. And that's just description. That's part of what happened while growing up. That's the first level of truth. The second level of truth is you start to speak your truth here in the now. Meaning, let's say you're somewhere and you like a chick and you like her. There's feelings inside of you. Feelings and experience, right? Okay, so I'm getting an experience. I'm looking at this person. Oh my God, I'm feeling really good here. I'm breathing in their energy to get a little woo on you guys. And I feel good in my body. So then you go up to the person and you tell him, hey, I think you're really attractive. You're really cute. And I'm feeling really good about you right now. So you're speaking your thoughts, whatever thoughts come up in you. Thoughts, feelings, you express them in the moment. What's going on right now? And this is social meditation. You're meditating. You're just like, oh, that's what's happening. Your mind's like the noticer. You're the observer. Oh, what's happening is I find this person attractive. And that's the thoughts that interpret the experience. The experience is in your body always. That's primary. Experience is primary. And then your mind interprets it. So you go and you share your thoughts and your feelings with the other person. What's going on right now? What am I thinking? I'm thinking you look really good with your hair tied up or whatever the fuck, Or I think your necklace is beautiful. And I don't know, whatever comes up in you right now. Thoughts, you don't filter them. You don't try, because you get a thought, then you try to filter it. How can I make it the best? How can I say the best thing? Is this appropriate? You always ask yourself. It's like, fuck being appropriate. Just what's going on in here? Now, this means you're gonna get in trouble sometimes because you're gonna fucking say some nasty shit or some mean shit. The idea behind that is that you're trying to reveal the fragility of your mind and your judgments and your petty thoughts. That's the idea. So radical honesty is, yes, sometimes it's nasty, but you're trying to reveal your own nastiness by living out loud. This is called social meditation. So if you see someone, you say something nasty, then you realize, holy shit, I'm a nasty fucking person with nasty thoughts. And you get to share this with somebody else, and that somebody else gets to see how fucking disgusting your mind is, and then you get to see how disgusting their mind is, and then you can both get over it, and you can be like, oh man, like, my judgments were fucking off. My assumptions were off. And then you can kind of, have a laugh about it and become friends, become buddies. So that's radical honesty. It's just social meditation. What's coming in my head? What am I feeling right now? Do it. Now, of course, if you're someone who, is in a good place in your life, a lot of your thoughts and feelings are going to be positive, but still you're going to have some negative ones, and you should express both of them. It's sort of a social meditation thing. So you tell people how you think, how you feel about them, right? Or I'm feeling like I'm angry with you in the moment. Like, I resent you for this, I resent you for that. And you get to see the other person and let them talk, let them speak. Let them resent you, let them appreciate you, let them do whatever. And then you inquire about other people's truths in the now. You ask them, do you find me attractive? Do you think I am a douchebag? You find out their truth. People are going to be hesitant to give you their truth. But this is, again, you're now this fucking radical honesty hero, right? You're trying to reveal your own truth in the moment, their truth. Now, mind you, truth changes moment to moment. That's another thing, right? So your truth changes moment to moment. Right now, this is what I'm feeling. If I'm angry with you right now, and it's 8 o'clock, and we work it out, around 8:30, we're not going to be angry anymore. We're going to be loving each other. Your truth changes moment to moment. And the second level of truth, after you've told your past story as is, just as is, and you have nothing to hide. There's a lot of energy that goes to trying to hide something. The second level is we try and speak our truth in the moment, in the now, in the here. And it always changes. Sometimes your truth is, I'm fucking tired and exhausted right now, and I don't want to talk to anybody. That's your truth right now. You speak it out. Maybe you get in a conversation with someone, and you're like, man, you know what, man? I don't want to talk right now. I'm sorry, bro. I'm tired. I'm feeling exhausted. I'm mentally fogged. I can't focus with you right now. I can't be here with you right now, so my apologies. And you just kind of, you retreat. That's your truth in the moment. Maybe you see that person again. Hey man, how's it going? You know, you talk again, you're feeling good now, and you're aware that other people should also share their truth with you right now. I always like it when if let's say I want to talk to someone and someone tells me like, I gotta go. I'm like, oh, there's an honest person, because a lot of people will tell you no, like will try and be there to be polite. But when I see someone, like if I'm trying to talk to someone and I see they tell me right away, I gotta go, I'm like, respect, they're honest, they're being honest about what they have to do in the present moment. And this is the idea. Thoughts, a lot of our anxiety comes from trying to hide how we feel and how we experience the universe in the present moment. And so if you express yourself, you find somebody attractive, you tell them I find you attractive, you ask them, do you find me attractive? Instead of assuming and thinking, oh, does this person think I'm attractive? I don't know. Did I do this? I think she's smiling at me. Maybe she likes me. But she did this, she doesn't. It's like, no, fuck you. Go and ask her. Go and ask him. If you're a girl watching this, go ask him. Do you think I'm cute? How fucking hard is that? How difficult is that? So his idea is that's the second level of truth. And that takes a lot of courage to do that, right? You're going to have to just speak whatever is in the moment, and you're going to get in trouble sometimes. But you're going to reveal the petty thoughts that you have. You're going to also reveal some of the good things that you have. You're going to reveal some of your good feelings and some of your awful feelings. And it's social meditation. We, us humans, are trying to basically expose the bullshit that is in our mind by speaking our truth in the moment out loud. If it's ugly, if it's beautiful, we speak it anyway, and we see, oh, like, now you find truth. It's liberating, right? Instead of assuming and spending so much mental energy, does she like me? Does he like me? Oh my God, you know, just go ask. Just don't make assumptions. Now, the third level of truth, and this is the next level shit. This is Yoda level shit, okay? And so after you're good with the first two levels, you're gonna have an ego now. And that ego is, I'm this honest guy, I tell the truth. It's like, you gotta fucking let go of that ego too now. And the third level of truth, this is Yoda level. You are whatever you're perceiving, and you are whatever you're experiencing. Meaning right now, this is your true identity. You're not the story you told yourself. That's just a memory now. You're not your future. You're not the side thing. You're not this character thing. You are experiencing. That's who you are. So right now, I am this phone that I'm speaking to. I am speaking. That's my primary identity right now. I am talking in the language of English. I am speaking to a camera. That's my true identity. My story, where I was born, what my name is, that's not my truth. That's just a memory in my mind. My truth is what is going on in the now. What am I perceiving now? What am I hearing? What am I saying? What am I doing? What am I experiencing? That's the awareness, the loving awareness that's the being. That's living from the being state, right? That's like, I am present. I am here. I am picking up this thing. I am putting it down. And that's your identity. Your identity becomes less of a description about your story in the past and more so with what you are experiencing here in the now, in the immediate moment. So if you're sitting down, you're sitting down. That's who you are. It's not that special. You're not that special after all. You see, if you're reading a book, you're just another asshole who's reading a book. That's who you are. Nothing more, nothing less. And you're the person reading. You're the person looking. If I'm looking at a tree, I am the one looking. That's who you are. That's your identity now. So you are the world. You are what you perceive in the here and the now, in the immediate experience, in the immediate moment. You are what you perceive and you are what you create. So when you're engaged in a conversation with a person, you are that person. Because you're perceiving, you're looking at that person, you're creating that person. You are that person right now in that moment. You're in their life, you're in their shoes, you're that person. You are that person. And once you're done with that person, you're no longer that person. Now you're walking. Let's say you just finished a conversation, now you're walking. And your identity now is I am walking. I am the one walking. I am the observer. I am the Atman. I am the loving awareness beneath it all. And that's the ultimate level of truth. And that's the third level. And that's, again, that's Yoda level shit, right? That's Yoda level shit. And his idea is that it will take a lot, like this is a lifelong practice. Radical honesty is a lifelong practice. The first step is to realize how much of a worm you are, how much of a fucking lying piece of shit you are. I admit it. And to have the courage to start speaking the truth in the here, in the now, recognizing the truth changes and it's just your own subjective truth in the here, in the now, in the moment. and it continues to change, but by sharing it with, living out loud, sharing your thoughts, sharing your feelings with others, you liberate the being to be here in the now, in the moment, to experience, because we got lost in our head. And the idea of the book, his premise, his motto is lose your mind and come back to your senses, which is very psychedelic, very present moment, very Buddhist, very Hindu, right? Like Eastern philosophies. Lose your mind, come back to your senses. What am I touching? What am I feeling? What am I seeing? Come back to your senses. You know, when you're taking a shower, again, I'm practicing this shit. It's like I realized how much I was stuck in my head. When you're taking a shower, you know, I realized I was in my head. I was not there. And now I'm like, okay, I am. So I'm describing it now. I'm using descriptive language. I am almost like a kid. That's his premise, again, is to be a kid again. Describe things instead of evaluate them. So now I have the water. I am the water. How do I feel? How does the water make me feel? And then you feel, you experience. Instead of being in your head, you're not even experiencing the beautiful warmth of the water. It's just there, and you're in your mind, some fantasies, right? But if you actually come back to your senses, my body's feeling the beautiful warmth of this water. Oh my God, you hear the sound of the water. Oh, this is so good. And now you're back to your experience, right? This takes so much practice. It's a lifelong thing to practice radical honesty in a society of lying and deception, and we all grew up out of it. We're an outgrowth of liars and deceivers. All of us are. It's going to be a challenge for all of us, and it takes tremendous courage to start to live out loud, radically honest, and deal with, let the chips fall where they may, as Brad Blanton says, and let things just happen. And be there in the experience, live out, you know, because it's not always sometimes it's gonna get you in trouble, right? Sometimes it's gonna get you in trouble, but you're trying to reveal, essentially, don't trust your mind. Don't trust there's so many stories here, so many assumptions, so many things we create. It's like, I trust my experience. And if I want to find out the truth of someone, I will ask them, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about me? Instead of assuming, spending so much mental energy, making up fantasies and fiction about what they think and blah, blah. It's like, no, just go ask. Trust your hearing. What do you hear from them? Hear their truth for yourself. The truth sets you free. It's liberating. God bless you all. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I admit it. And that's the first step. Admit you're a liar. Admit you're warm. And from there on, the liberation can begin to take place. And it's a process, right? It unfolds. Every day is always a chance to liberate yourself, liberate the being, liberate that loving awareness, your ultimate truth, which is that loving awareness experiencing. Not your personality, not your story, not your future. It's just you're experiencing. That's it. Who you are it's simple. The thing is, everybody can do it. And that's because we think it's not special, because everybody can do it. Everybody can just be. Oh, I am here. I am perceiving. But we want things to be special, and we place so much value and interpretation and meaning, so we want to create like all these fucking symbols and blah blah. It's like, no, you're actually not that special, but you're magnificent. You're love, and you're so much more than special. You're love. You're a magnificent being, and that's who you really are. And just experiencing this thing. God bless you all. God bless Brad Blanton, my fucking hero. It's like my fucking hero now. And we will talk a lot more about this. As you guys can see, I have so much to say about this. It's really like, just go get the book. Honestly, guys, go get the book. Kindle, I have it on Kindle, like $10, or buy it. Just trust me, life-changing, life-changing, life-changing. Sets you on the path of liberation. God bless you all. God bless Brad Blanton, every single one of you guys. I will do my best here to speak my truth. And that's all I can promise you, to do my best to speak my truth and get better at it. And take myself from this lying, deceptive piece of shit that I am right now, and to a more free being that can express his truth in the moment and realize his ultimate truth, which is loving awareness, experiencing. I love every single one of you guys, but don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.